Good afternoon. I'm over here on a really warm day, April 18th, 2024, on the end of South Main Street. And looking down, we are now seeing where King Street goes off to the right, to the left, and Church Street is on my right. There will be a roundabout down there in the next few years, but also right now the Acosta Trail is coming in. And so what that means for this is South Main Street is going to be drastically altered quite a bit. So I thought I would document it right before it disappears before it gets altered for good. But back in the days before interstates and whatnot, this was your main route through town. It carried US Highway 25. And so all your traffic would come right through Main Street pretty much. And post World War II, they split 25 and they put part of it on, they ran a stretch of it down Church Street to take some of the traffic off of Main Street, but this still was your main route going through town for a very long time. So right now it's pretty much, the layout and everything is pretty much as it was back in its heyday. And right there was a Winn-Dixie that was built in the 1950s. And as we walk up, there were some homes over here, some small houses that got demolished in the 70s. But we're now going to kind of do a South Main Street walk here. But where the K&W Realty is, there was a service station right there, and where Sherman-Williams is, there was a service station right there. And also we have the remnants of a service station right here where this lot is, where it's been vacant for, they tore this building down, I think sometime back in the 80s. From what I remember, you can still see where the sign was for the service station right there, still standing. But as you go up from a 2-lane, the roadway splits into 4 lanes through here. And back in the day when we cruised Main Street here, a lot of times people would get a little rowdy on this end of Main Street. You'd see some impromptu stoplight drag races, things like that. And so that was kind of exciting back then in that time period. But it was a 4-lane configuration. We went all the way down Main Street, all the way to the north end of Main Street, where it was just a 4-lane road. So I am now going to get across this right before it changes. And we are now 1 block over. And over here was a community cash grocery store. It was tore down in the late 80s to build the Wells Fargo Bank that we have now. And so keep on walking up. Over here on that corner, vacant lot was Jane's Daisy Queen, which was a 1950s, 60s style restaurant building that got demolished and never was rebuilt. And where the SunTrust Bank is, or Truist Bank is now, there was a Rambler dealership on that corner back in the day. But as we walk up, you can see it's 4-lane wide. So this is the last vestige of how Highway 25 was run through Main Street in Hendersonville back in the day. And you can tell there's concrete slabs underneath the pavement there where it's cracked, and because they paved roads in concrete back then. So we're now walking up to the next block, and we've got a nice Mustang convertible there. And we are now up to the one more block here. Now we're where Barnwell Street crosses at. So starting tomorrow, they're going to start milling the pavement on this block right here. And one thing about this, for years, it provided a really great backdrop to do Rhythm and Brews, or when you do the Apple Festival, all the vendors were down here with the food and stuff. And also, when you had your music on Main on Friday evenings, you had a stage right over there, and they would do a car show on these 2 blocks here, you know, like a lot of cars would show up, whatnot. But I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to be when it's reconfigured, because it looks like it's going to go down to 2-lane traffic. I have not seen the plans. The parking's going to be reconfigured, and they're also going to add bicycle lanes because, for, you know, it's going to intersect with the trail down here where Acoustic Trail is. But this is but you see as of now, even at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's really not that much traffic for where they need a 4-lane Main Street down here. But now we are going over to the next block, and got the visitor center right here. And visitor center is being remodeled. That was formerly a bank building, and I think there might have been a service station at that spot too once upon a time, but I'm not sure. But we are now between Barnwell and Allen Street, and this is the last bit of old school Main Street right here, where people parallel parked and you had 4 lanes of traffic, no turning lane. You had to just stop in a travel lane to make a left turn, which sometimes would cause a, you know, fender bender. So I'm just going through here because they're going to be tearing this up in the next few weeks and redoing a whole bunch of stuff over summer, I think, as weather permits. So I just wanted to document this one last time, and just kind of, because a lot of people who have grown up here back in the day would have remembered 4 lanes of Main Street going all the way up through downtown. But as time passes on, a lot of those people are not around anymore. And I just wanted to do this video for any future generations that want to be able to see how it once was, because this is going to be drastically altered here pretty soon. All right, I'm at the end now. So and that section of Main Street once looked like this, but pretty soon that will be over and gone forever. But you know, it's times change, and I think the bike packs will be nice. And I'm kind of curious to see how they'll reconfigure the parking. I've not seen the plans to this yet or anything like that. So, but hopefully they'll do a good job with it. And I'm kind of curious to see how the music on Main stuff will do, like on Friday nights and stuff, whether the car show would have a future or not, or will it have to be smaller. Those are a lot of questions that I do not know the answer to yet. Alrighty, I am going to sign off now. But here it is. Thank you very much for